All right, another little update. Pardon me. We're getting pretty close to having this thing done and ready to put back out there. We are doing some additional service that needed to be done. This truck had been sitting for a very long time. I think I gave about $1,500 for the truck. I'm gonna have well more than that in it, getting it put back together. But you can see after a truck or a car vehicle's been sitting for a while, typically this is what I see that needs to be done. Suspension work is usually clapped out on it. So we've got new upper ball joints here, outer tie rod, inner tie rod, CV axle, new shocks on it. All that's good. Surprisingly, the brakes were pretty good. We obviously did the trifecta, so new ball joints there. The update on this is I had a transmission leak and it was running out right down here, and there's actually a void or an opening. And the fluid from the transmission needs to stay in the transmission. Fluid from the transfer case needs to stay in the transfer case. And I know you can't see it in the video, but the rubber tension portion of the seal is just absolutely hard as a rock. It's no longer pliable. That was a factory Daimler Chrysler seal, so it's been in there since probably 96, 97. If you don't have a leak between the two, like I'm talking about, on most transfer cases, and this isn't just Dodge, this is your drain hole, that's your fill hole. If you ever take your check plug out and it just pours fluid out that there's no way it could have got in there, it's because the transmission's leaking it like crazy. So back to this, we put 4 brand new matching set of tires on here, suspension both sides. We are going to do a little bit more exhaust work to it. When I talked about this leak here, there's a little notch right there, and it's designed to leak out of that. So when I got under here and started investigating where that leak was coming from, that's what I found. Now that seal goes right here. So transfer case comes out, new seal goes in, service. You do have to pull the drive shaft loose here, rear drive shaft out down there. We'll get that taken care of. While we're here, most people probably wouldn't mess with this at all. One of the red flags or indicators was how clean that fluid is. Even the guy that I got this from apparently had just been pouring fluid in it, because you never see a vehicle this old with tranny fluid that nice vibrant red color. So we've pulled the pan down. There's some maintenance adjustments on the bands we're going to do while we've got it off, put a new filter in it. We're going to put some exhaust work into this. That rattly sound right there is the substrate and the converter giving out, and obviously the muffler's in terrible shape. We did go ahead and put some rear shocks on here. We want to protect the investment of the tires as much as possible. So this Dakota needs a little more work. It's been sitting, it needs cleaned up, needs driven. But in the big scheme of things, for $1,500 that I got in the truck, I may end up putting $2,500 in it. The thing runs and drives really well. I think you're going to get more than that worth of use out of it. But that's kind of update on the little Dodge Dakota.